I mean, huge props to Rymar, Joe, Colleen, Rohan for just pulling this together. This is doesn't happen without leadership. So really appreciate your leadership. And I know there's hundreds of people signed up with entries, and so many exciting things that are going to be built that I just can't wait to see. I love the entire theme. I always get intimidated by seeing what people are actually building with Webflow. You know, as one of the founders, when we started to build websites in Webflow, it was literally taking kind of rinky-dinky dentist websites and orthodontist websites that were super basic and getting them up online through our first builder. And now seeing what people are creating with interactions, the CMS, all of the visual development tools, it's just blows my mind every time I see how people are putting the platform. And I just want to reiterate how important this community is for our platform. Like, we wouldn't be here without this community. And the fact that people are willing to jump in for so many days and like really work together, support each other, encourage each other, inspire each other, build through, you know, some of the hardest implementations on earth. Like, I've seen some of the examples from last year, and some of the things I just couldn't figure out, like, is that actually Webflow? It's really, really impressive. So I think the bar is set high for this year, and I'm just really excited to see what you all create over the next few days. And I think this will build a lot of excitement for what we have coming up later this year, NoCodeConf, which hopefully many of you can make in person or online. We're going to have an amazing experience both in person and online. And I wanted to add a little kind of cherry on top for the winner. Whoever wins this competition, Webflow will pay for all expenses to travel to San Francisco, attend the conference, meet the team, and just have a very VIP experience. Provided you want to go, of course, we're not going to force you, and provided you know, travel restrictions and all the fun stuff that we're going through in the world right now. But just wanted to add that extra incentive, and huge thank you to everyone that's involved. I know a lot of folks from FinSuite. I know Edgar Allen is involved. Love agencies like yours who are really driving the ecosystem and inspiring others. I know there's a bunch of community members like Flow Ninja, Nelson Pixel Geek. I know Mackenzie, aka Flamingo, is involved in all the no-code tools and services that are helping out, like JetBoost, MemberStack, WeGlot, Lottie Files, so many awesome companies coming together to really support this, increase the prize pool, et cetera. Really appreciate you all. And extra shout out to, again, Colleen, Rymar, Joe, Rohan for just making this happen, leading the effort here. I know it's a big effort. So again, this is, to me, when we say empowering others to create for the web, a catalyst for many people to see what's possible and to inspire so many other people. So just wish you all the luck in building some incredible things. And I know this is inspired a little bit by the cooking shows. So as what's his name? The chairman, as the chairman would say, let the battle begin, right?
That's right. That's it. And for those of you who missed the preview stream, the dashboard's updated. So the clonable is ready. The story components are available. We will go through those once Vlad jumps off. So we're going to take whatever time he's willing to give us today. I know he has a board meeting right after this, or I think that's what's happening right after this. So thank you for making the time to chat with us. It is an exciting experience if you weren't with us last year to kind of see how people build and the way that the builds stack on top of each other. The experiences are going to be tremendous. This isn't just building a static little website or a basic little, tab element or, like a blog element. This is like full story-driven website experiences here. And so, yeah, Vlad, any other words of encouragement, final thoughts? What can you say to inspire, other than, a free trip to NoCodeConf, which, by the way, is, I couldn't believe that when I heard that. That's a big move. We appreciate that.
I don't know what else to say. I'm honestly more inspired. It's hard to, be inspirational to people who inspire me. Just seeing what this community is building is always super inspiring. It's not just for me, for our entire team as well. Like, it's really fulfilling to know the kind of impact our product has on the world. And I know we have a deep responsibility to keep improving it, but even seeing what the community can do with it or has done with it is incredibly inspiring. So I hope that you go into this exercise and this event with a sense of purpose, and hopefully you get to build a sense of belonging in this community. I know we're all here to support each other, help each other improve. And I appreciate you all. Thank you for being part of this. And I'm excited to see what results. So good luck.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thanks so much, Vlad. I know that's pretty close to what we talked about on your time, so feel free to jump out. We're going to jump into the specifics of the competition, but yeah, we appreciate you so much for being here, and I know the crowd appreciates your support too.
Thank you for having me. Take care, everyone.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, Vlad.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Okay, boom. So there you go. Wow. Some major updates. Joe, what are you thinking about that?
Amazing. And the comments are going off. Geez, everybody is just blown away by this, including us. We just got this information minutes before we went live. So this is brand new. This is Vlad thinking on the spot, and I think an amazing prize for that winner. Yeah.
Agreed. Hey, if you like that prize, go ahead and like this video. You know, if you think that's a big ad, like the video, share this with a friend, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Again, we're going to be streaming live to YouTube at noon every day of this competition. We will also be streaming regularly in the user dashboard. A lot of you all were in the dashboard inside of the CloneComp or coming to YouTube. So we will be doing that fairly regularly just for basic updates. You can check on the side of that little video element at the top of the dashboard, and you'll see whatever updates we make as we go. So if you miss one of the streams, no big deal. You can come watch a replay there. That'll be a little easier than having to manage all the different YouTube videos, although we will be on YouTube for the major streams at noon. And the recap streams. So let's see, what else do we need to get into? I think we probably, let's go back into the shared screen view. And what Colleen, lead me here. What do we need to do now?
Well,
I'm in shock.
Yeah, no. I think we probably all need to take a moment to orient ourselves, but let's talk. I mean, we had Vlad on, the CEO of Webflow, who is one of the platinum sponsors this year. So why don't we, this event would not be happening without sponsor support. So maybe we should take a moment and acknowledge all the companies and people that have been making this happen.
For anybody watching, this is why Colleen is amazing, because Colleen keeps the ship running, right? Like, so the shout out before we go to the sponsors, shout out to Colleen on the planning and organizing of CloneComp. This event would not be what it is without her last year and this year. She has been a tremendous help to us as an organizing committee. I know she has relationships with a lot of you in the community, and I hate to see how much she's always just going back and forth. Like, I gotta imagine she's got like a million balls in the air helping so many people. And so much love to Colleen. Let's give her a round of applause for her work.
It's easy when it's fun.
Yeah. With that being said, let's jump into the sponsors here. Platinum sponsors, Webflow, as you just saw, they gave us a bunch of prize money, and they also just dropped a little cherry on top, is what Vlad said it. I saw a Slack message from him today before the competition. I just we're like, did this really just happen? So for anybody who thinks, we were just holding that back, we were not. That was 100% authentic on the spot. FinSuite, we have to thank Joe. Last year, Joe really helped us kick this event off. Colleen and I were just a small meetup trying to do a few things, and CloneComp came around. We told Joe about the concept, and he immediately got excited about it. And between then and now, I've joined the FinSuite team as the CMO, and we've put a lot of our resources behind this. So Sergey has built the map, Aditya helped build this website that we're looking at. Rohan right here has been helping coordinate all of the Airtable backend, and a number of other people on the FinSuite team have really put a lot of effort into making this work. And so there's a lot of payroll dollars that go into that. There's a lot of time that goes into that, and there's a lot of headache. I know I've been riding some of the team a little bit hard on some of this stuff. So thanks all for putting up with some of that as we go through this. Gold level sponsors also super important to us. This was a big chunk of money for each of these sponsors, and again, the prize money that we're giving away comes mostly from this group right here. So Weglot is amazing in the Webflow community, translation services. They do some cool stuff. You can click on all these to get to their websites. Lottie Files will be sharing a custom-made CloneComp Lottie file. Maybe you saw that on the Twitter account yesterday, so we'll be sharing that with you all. Refocus, I saw Leo out in the crowd here. I think, I'm not sure who else, but yeah, I saw, Edgar Allen's out there too. So I saw Leo and Mason from Edgar Allen and Refocus, kind of the agencies leading the charge here, you know, so FinSuite, Refocus, Edgar Allen, there's a couple of agencies out there that are really kind of pushing the limits of what you can do with Webflow, and they've been super supportive in this effort. JetBoost, same thing. Chris Spags has been super helpful last year as well as this year. So shout out to Chris Spags for his support on all of that. Let's see. And the stream sponsors. So we can't be doing the streams without these folks. Pixel Geek, everyone knows him. He's in the crowd. What's up, Pixel Geek? Shout out to everything you do for this community. Urosh over at Flow Ninjas. Great little team of Webflow developers over there, and they're doing a lot with templates. So we'll share a little video from them here in a sec about the stuff they do. And then Airtable, Noble Airtable. Is a FinSuite product that we're using to kind of sync all this data with the Webflow interface. And so, and then from the community side, let's see, we got Connor Finlayson, No Code Machine. If you want to know about integrations and, you know, how to make things do what you want them to do without code, Connor's your guy. Audio Velo, Adrian Lexington has been a help, not just in this event, but in other meetups that we do, the open house that we've done in the past. He's very active with his own meetup. He runs a Seattle meetup. So check out that Audio Velo site and see what they're about. Flamingo, Mackenzie Child needs no introduction. Thanks for the contributions here. Check out the Flamingo website, MemberStack. The login functionality that you all are using as part of this dashboard is powered by MemberStack. So thanks to them. Ezekiel, I saw you in the comments too. Rockship, thank you for your support. We appreciate that. Check out that website there. I Heart No Code is Colleen. So shout out to Colleen and her little no code ventures. And then Aviv Schwartz, Webflow Wizards. Aviv was one of the round winners last year. So he's a participant last year. He's a sponsor this year. And I think he's been around offering to help and offering people guidance and advice and some of that stuff. And so shout out to everybody here. Honestly, this event would not be happening without the support of all these sponsors. So let's give them a big round of applause. Okay. What else, Colleen? What's next on the agenda here? Let's see.
Do we want to talk about the globe, or do you want to hold back on the globe?
Yeah, we did kind of in the beginning. So let's go ahead and click on this 3D globe. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to play a couple sponsor videos here. But if you haven't already, in your dashboard, there's a link to fill out this form. If you're participating in CloneComp and you're registered for the event, go to your dashboard. And there's a link. Let me open this in a new tab in the background. There's a link to get a little dot on the map here. We would like to have as many CloneComp participants as we can on this map so that we can show people an accurate perspective. But if we look at this, it's ridiculous. We're on every continent except for Antarctica. So if there's somebody down there at the Antarctic Natural Wildlife Resource doing some research, you know, let's see if we can get them to sign up for CloneComp so we can cover the entire world. But in your account dashboard, if you go down to underneath the stream, other things to do, there's a share your location button. Click that and we'll get you on that map on the next update. So that's that. And then maybe from here, Colleen, should we dive into the let's open up the story and let's reveal the nuts of this thing, right?
Yes, that's what everyone's here. That's what many people are here for.
Okay. Oh, oof, oof. All right. Let me catch a breath. Let me take a little drink. Okay, so CloneComp is story driven, which means every day we're going to reveal a new part of the story. And this year, if you've seen the space, we're going with a Lost style theme. Finsweet Island is where you are. And so this website here, you can scroll down to the bottom. There's a cool little interaction that we built at the top of that. It's not super smooth on my screen just because of all the stuff I'm doing on my computer right now, but it'll look nice on your screen for sure. And here it is, day one. You wake up to find yourself stranded on Finsweet Island with no memory of how you got here. Looks like you might be here for a while. Better find some food and shelter. And so, again, if you're not familiar with how CloneComp works, each day we're going to give you a new piece of this story. So right now we're on day one. Actually, we should maybe change that to round one. But you wake up to find yourself stranded, boom. So you got your storyline here. Tomorrow, we're going to update day 2. And the day after that, we'll update day 3. The story builds on itself. So don't get too far out. Right? Don't go crazy thinking you're going to build the whole island here. You're going to build the whole storyline. You need to focus specifically on what's in this day 1 story, because you don't want to handcuff somebody on day 2, right? You want to make sure that on day 2, anyone can come back to find your project and clone it and build off of that for the second day. Okay? And so if you need to find out about the competition, you can learn about CloneComp here. Download the illustrations if you want all of these illustrations. Let's say you want to start a clean project. You don't want to start from this base. That's okay. Download the illustrations, bring them in. Make sure every submission includes this fixed footer. So if you start in a new project, if you clear this, however you want to do it, but you're going to clone this site, right? So you're going to come to the CloneComp story guide. Let's refresh this and see how many people have cloned it, so we can prompt you all to clone the story guide. Let's get this shared in the comments too. Boom. Okay, share that. Okay, so 47 people have already cloned the storyline. So head over, I just shared the link in the chat of the competition. And so you'll come in here, you'll clone the site, you'll delete this folder, or you can start from here. Hey, I could see somebody creating a submission that uses this as an opening entry and then leads you into the story. There's all sorts of opportunities. There's all sorts of things to do with how this works. So it's kind of up to you. But if you want, you could delete this div and just leave the required footer. Come over to your settings, your classes, and then just click clean up classes. That'll delete everything that is in this other section here, the delete this div, and it'll give you a blank canvas to start your project. So anything I left out, missed there, there's videos on how to update this footer. We'll have videos on how to make submissions in your dashboard. So again, your dashboard will be home base for all of these resources. So we'll have them either in the resources or here in the quick links. Any thoughts, Colleen? Did I miss anything there? Rohan, Joe?
We did realize during the pre-broadcast about the day 1, day 2, day 3.
Yes.
Is that in the clonable?
It's not in the clonable right now. Everyone, day 1, just build on that either day 1 page or a separate page. We're going to have a separate page for each of the submissions, so it's a little easier to navigate. So right after this stream, I'm going to go and add page 1, 2, 3. But you can just feel free to add a page to your website, and you can call that page whatever you want, as long as everything happens on a separate page in the project. Right, so that we can easily access that page. What happened last year is people built on the same page as the people before them, which means we had to go through the day 1 experience and the day 2 experience just to get to the day 3 story. And so we want to kind of avoid that as we go through the stream here. So if you would, just make sure you make each of your day submissions on a separate page. Also, this means you may need to think about how you intro and outro people into the story. Right? You may want to make sure that when your story ends, it ends on an easy point for someone to transition from that page to their page. Maybe they want to build a little seamless transition. Maybe they want to recreate your day 1 ending page and start their day 2 page with just that final little call screen or whatever. But just think about the what you want to do is make it as easy as possible for somebody to clone this site and build off of it the next day. So the more complicated you make it, the more convoluted your build gets, the more crazy it is, the harder it is for somebody else to clone it and use it for the next day. And because that is going to make up so much of how this event is scored, the number of times somebody cloned it and used your site as their starting point, that could be a crippler for the competition. So just something to think about. Let's see, anything that I missed? I'm seeing Josh Jacobs. Oh man, y'all don't even know Lost is very important to me. It will be difficult to not just do Lost. Yeah, I'm interested to see how people take that idea and run with it. So feel free to blow our minds here. Let's see. Do you duplicate day 1 to day 2 page? No, I don't think that. Yeah, each day is just going to be a separate page. So you won't need to duplicate the stuff that was on the page into that page. That's what we're trying to avoid. We're trying to avoid seeing day 1 and day 2 on the same page. We'd like day 1 to be on page 1, day 2 to be on page 2, day 3 to be on page 3. And maybe it should just be as simple. Just call the page 1, 2, 3. Literally page 1, 2, 3. So it's like whatever your site is, page 1, page 2, page 3. That'll keep it super easy for people. And also just make sure that that footer element is here, right? This is why that footer is so important, is so that we can get to your site and clone that site directly. So if you want to credit, if you want to make sure that everything's going right, make sure those usernames are clear. And hey, Rohan, if somebody, this is a question that came in already, if somebody registered with the wrong Webflow username, how could they fix that?
I will add a form in the dashboard for them to fill that up, or else they could also send me a message on Slack and I will do it.
Great. So if you're not in Slack, that's where you should start. Click the join on Slack in the dashboard. That's where we're going to be doing real-time updates. There will be multiple rounds of people coming on and joining CloneComp as other parts of the world come online, as other people start seeing these videos. There are people that are sleeping right now that will see this over the next 5, 6, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, who will also start building. So just keep that in mind as we go. The competition will grow. And just a reminder, the space is now open to the public. So the map itself in Gather is open to the public. You can, explore. I see Pixel Geek walking around right there, actually. And I see some folks in this room here, in this auditorium. Are y'all, you can click X. So like, let's see, where's my little avatar here? If I walk, when I get close to one of these little objects, if I press X, it's going to open up the stream right here. So if I were to play this, it's going to bring the audio in. So maybe I shouldn't do that. Let me close this actually. And it's probably going to freeze my computer. So let me definitely not do that. So you can watch the stream as you walk around. Look, there's people already just kind of exploring the space and hanging out. I'm sure people are watching the stream. This place will be where people are building. We're going to have areas for people to just kind of hang out and build. So I think we're real close. Colleen, what else do we have to do here? What else is left on our agenda before we send everybody off to start building?
Maybe we should clarify about the illustrations. So one thing, last year we didn't provide really any illustrations. We basically gave some links to Unsplash and some open source types of things. And, kind of found, there were some people in the competition who were very good at design and illustration. And so we're able to create some amazing things. And other people ended up spending a lot of time trying to create those graphical assets. So this year there is, and you can see it in the dashboard, those beautiful illustrations that Luca put together that is in that master clonable. For you to, you're welcome to use those, but if it turns out that you've got a different style, a different aesthetic, that they don't work for you in some way, that they don't fit with your storyline, your vision, you are certainly welcome to either edit those files, because via the Dropbox links, there are the AI files, so you can make adjustments, or do your own thing, do something entirely separate. So you don't feel that while we are cloning off each time, there are certain requirements in that way. You're not necessarily tied to the illustration pack. Yeah,
that's a good point, Colleen. And as you saw there, we're going to be kind of walking around in the space, and so we'll be exploring the map. Just know that we will hear you when that happens. will be coming in, and it's going to be interesting to figure out how we do that. Rohan, Joe, Colleen, and I experimented with this yesterday, and we can all be in here if we mute ourselves on Zoom and then unmute and Gather. Then we can all kind of interact using the audio and Gather and still walk around the space and do kind of what we were thinking about, where we walk around and check out what people are building in real time. And so that'll be fun during some moments of the stream where, we just are during the event where we just want to go around. And here's Pixel Geek. What is up, Nelson here? You can see Nelson dancing on the screen next to us. He's doing that by pressing the Z button. So if you're on the map and you press the Z button, you can react, and there's other little emojis that you can kind of shoot up by using your dashboard here. So anything else, Colleen, Joe, Rohan, that you think we need to cover real quick before we set people free to build?
Yeah, I'd like to add, if you missed last year and you're not really sure what to do or what people may be building here, go check out the showcase. Search for CloneComp in the Webflow showcase, click on those past projects, and see what people brought last year. Whatever you see there, take it to the next level for this year. That should be your goal.
Yeah, agreed. And let's see, Shane is asking, any guidelines for the style of the website? Example, interactive, story-based, web game. That's on you. The storyline is a storyline. If you want to build a game, build a game. If you want to build a story-driven site, build a story-driven site. If you want to build a single-page, beautiful arrangement of the illustrations that's got some cool little interactions, you could do that too. There's really no rules here. So it's up to the participant to kind of figure that out. One of the things we noticed last year is that during round one of you is going to create something spectacular, just going to kind of set the direction. Somebody out there right now is going to, between now and noon tomorrow, build something really beautiful that will just, and maybe 4 or 5 of you, 6 of you, 8 of you, I don't know. There will be a handful of projects tomorrow that everyone just kind of flocks to clone to start their day 2 submission. If you want to win this competition, you kind of need to be one of those, because that will shape the trajectory of the rest of the competition, right? That'll set the design theme. So Shane, to answer your question there, somebody in this first crowd of submissions is going to set that that direction, that design trajectory, and it'll more than likely happen with some original design. So, or the illustrations themselves, right? Like the illustrations, some arrangement of those. So somebody's website is going to kind of drive that direction that you're asking about. I see Maria asked something just a second ago that I wanted to address. Maria Carava, I'm not visible on the globe. It depends on when you did the globe submission. That's not a real-time update. So if you fill out that form, that's not immediately adding you to the globe. So we've been asking for people to fill that out for the last week or so. We've updated only a couple times. And so what we'll do is at the end of this stream, at the end of this round update, we'll go ahead and pull a new list and we'll update the globe. So I bet there's a bunch of people on that globe that have not been kind of shared or put on the map yet. So don't worry too much about that. Let's see. Acute is saying, do you mean me? I won't make a space game this time. Yeah, do it. Do whatever you want. Ariel, no colors, no specific colors, although the illustrations do have some colors. So the illustrations themselves have some colors in them that you may pull from to make your submission. So that could be some of the color scheme that you use. You could modify these. You could open them up in Illustrator and change the color palettes. There's a ton of things you could do. So some people will use the illustrations stock. Some people will really modify them and make them their own. Some people will create their own illustrations. So just some things to think about. What else? Anything else we need to cover? Let's see.
Yeah, maybe the time of submission, because there is a 1 minute, 1 point penalty if you submit after the 12 p.m. deadline. Yeah. So that is super important to submit on time.
Yeah, that's a good point, Rohan. The submission deadline is at 12 noon Eastern, right? And that's a hard deadline based on Airtable's clock. So whenever that form gets submitted and Airtable adds a timestamp, that's the cutoff at 12 p.m. Eastern time, right? If you submit after that, we will still accept your submission for an hour after that deadline. So the submission will still be open until 1 p.m., right? And so, bro, what's up, guys? And so if you submit between 12 p.m. and 1 p.m., you will get a 1-point deduction in your overall score, which will likely disqualify you from the competition, right? It's going to be there's going to be so many people that create beautiful things and also submit them on time that 1-point penalty is probably going to be a deal breaker for somebody to win this, unless they're starting from like a perfect 10, and I doubt that's going to happen. So yeah, good point, Rohan, that make sure you get in real time before noon, submit your site early. Let's see, does the illustration that has been given to us must be on the site or doesn't need to be? Charles, you do not have to use the illustrations. You can, but you do not have to. You can make your own illustrations, you can modify them, you can, whatever you want, right? Visually, there is no rules to what you must use. It's just the storyline element itself. So as long as you follow that first day storyline, everything should be good. Let's see, anything else we're missing? What else is on our agenda before we send people off today? Oh, you know what? I needed to do one thing here. Give me 1 minute. I gotta play a little something. This is from the folks over at Flow Ninja, who are our stream sponsors here. So let's do this.
I love how people are lining up in that.
This replay stuff's not working great. Okay, so there you go. Stream. Let's see, Flow Ninjas, thank you for that little video, and thank you for your stream sponsorship. We appreciate you on that. We're gonna make these videos available in the dashboard because I think the playback was a little buggy there. I'm not sure what's. We tried so hard, y'all. We tried so hard to fix this. I can't tell you the amount of time and stress. I'm on 2 different internet connections here. I split the load across different computers. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, so hopefully we'll figure any of that out. And thanks for bearing with us on this stuff. Any other little final things we need to do before we send people off to start building?
The next stream is at 6 p.m. So make sure you have the reminder set up for that.
Yeah, and I think I'm wondering if we should do our evening streams just in the dashboard. Should we just do the noon streams on YouTube and the evening streams in the dashboard? That way we can go a little long and be a little, I don't know. Maybe I'm just wondering for, look at this. Yeah, coordinated dancing on the screen here. Okay, I like this.
I would lean towards us streaming to YouTube because we're also going to be highlighting people's work. And I think it would be great for that exposure to be through a wider community. Yeah. So Plus I also just remembered that,
not everyone is going to be in the dashboard, so that makes sense. Okay, so we will keep it on YouTube. I'm going to join the conga line here. You know what's funny? If oh, you know what? I'll probably start hearing you all. What's up, everyone? Just a reminder, whenever you can, to keep yourself muted unless you're directly interacting with folks on the map. Mute your mic if you're around other folks, especially while we're streaming, just to help us with audio and things of that nature. But what else is it? The build space is open, the Clone Master is out, the storyline is out, the prizes have been stacked. People are creating a conga line virtually here.
And I'd like to think that this is the biggest Webflow dance party of all time. Cool.
And maybe we should start practicing for the award ceremony. That would be fun. I would maybe say, as part of, if we're trying to get, as part of wrapping up, make sure that you have read the rules. You do need to have a Webflow Lite or Pro plan in order to basically showcase your work. So if you don't have that, that is something that you might not want to wait until 11:55 a.m. Eastern tomorrow to be looking at. There's an article on the dashboard with some tips about how to make the most out of this competition. Read all the rules, read all the prizes, think about your strategy. Time management is a big thing. The time is going to go by a lot faster than you probably anticipate. So, make sure that you've given yourself some time. If you're having issues, if you're having questions, we do have a help channel. So post those questions in the help channel. That's where volunteers will be available for answering questions that may get lost if you're posting in the general Slack channel. And we've done our best to try and have coverage kind of across different time zones and such, but there's probably going to be delays at times, depending upon potentially when you post. And don't wait until 11:59 a.m. Eastern tomorrow to get your submission in. Get in a little bit earlier than that. And if you do have issues with it, post in the Slack channel so that we know that you did try and get your submission in on time.
Yeah, and I'm reading some comments here. Patrick's asking how to submit. We covered that, I think, earlier in the stream here. We'll have a link in the dashboard to make that submission. I'm also seeing that the video was lagging out, and so during the video playback we had some issues. So I have videos available in the map as well as in the dashboard. Sorry about that. Yeah, and then Nelson saying buy Rymar a better computer. Hey, we try, like, it's we're gonna have to build like a dedicated rig for this or something. I have no idea what the issues are. So okay, I think that's it. We're gonna kill the YouTube stream. We'll stay maybe in the dashboard live answering questions in the dashboard. So we're gonna kill YouTube. We're not going to kill YouTube. We're going to kill the stream on YouTube and migrate over into the dashboard inside of Gather. Inside of the CloneComp website, and we'll answer whatever questions come up there, and we can hang out inside the map. From here on out, it's just game on. So, Colleen, any final words as we send people away?
Have fun. Just have fun.
That's right.
And if you're even wondering, if you're second guessing whether or not you should compete, you should go for it. Just go for it. Yeah. Build something. Challenge yourself to build something. Don't get too crazy. Don't get overly complicated. Don't try to listen, you've only got 24 hours here. So don't build something too complicated that then you can't, modify or update as you go. Okay. Hey, you know what we could do? Let's jump off the YouTube, and then let's jump into the audio in Gather, and let's go run around and Gather with some folks. So, okay. Yeah, I don't know that the FinSuite store is up and live. That's why we didn't Pixel Geek. I'm hoping by the end of today we will push that. So stay tuned for updates on that. So we're going to kill the stream on YouTube, jump into your participant dashboard to hang out with us. We're going to go ahead and jump into this Gather map. So I'll kill the stream on YouTube, and we'll see you all on the dashboard. End stream. Okay. So